It's a big day. It's a big day for all of the people of the Take It Easy universe. The Take It Easy extended universe is in a flurry. There's hushed voices in the crowd.
From here on out, you and everybody else who listens to this show can refer to me as Dad, as Daddy, Papa, Father.
All right.
Anything.
Prince Papa?
But you will not refer to me as anything but those.
Okay.
So
not your first name anymore, just Papa?
No. Yeah, Daddy, Dad, Father.
Mm-hmm.
What you can pick, but it's gotta be that, because I'm a dad now.
Big P? Big P?
Big P? That sounds like a grandfather.
No. Grandfather's like, that's Gim Gam. That's
Gim Gam? That's some like Missouri shit right there. You
need
some Marine from Missouri, and you're like, "Oh, who are you talking to on the phone?" He's like, "Oh, I'm talking to my Gim Gam."
Okay, what do you call your grandfather?
Well, we say like Papa, but
Papa.
Yeah, but that might just be like an accent thing.
Like he's like he's kind of like an old puppy.
We would always say Papa, but I think that was just like we didn't know how to say Papa, so we started with Papa, but then that just kind of that just stuck, you know.
Yeah, it sounds southern almost.
Papa, yeah, it does sound a little southern.
I caught myself a newt, Papa.
Well, the question has become in my family: what are our parents going to be called? I like Pops.
Pops?
I like Pops.
That's stupid. You're an idiot. You're such an idiot. Oh man.
What are you talking about? Pops is good.
I'm gonna tell on you.
I'm
gonna tell on you to fucking JD Quintel?
JG Quintel.
JG Quintel.
I don't think you have any business talking to him.
Yeah, well, I do now, because you just decided to just take a little piece out of regular show, and you're gonna start calling your father-in-law and your dad. Wait, is it your father-in-law or your dad that's gonna be Pops?
Well, Pops isn't exclusive to regular show.
Okay, but that's
I had a good buddy who referred to his dad as Pops.
All right, fine.
What would be? I know that you have a problem with how early I had a kid, but what would you have a problem with?
Wait, hold on. You can't just slip past that. You can't slip past that.
That's like public knowledge.
No, that's like putting a grenade in my pocket and then just walking away.
Well, I was going to say
the repercussions of that.
How soon would you allow me to have a grandchild?
Well, first thought. Interesting level of influence you think you're going to be having in the further down the line reproductive
I can start influencing now. This is going to be a 2-decade long influential journey. I am an influencer, and I'll be influencing him to make the decisions.
You're one of life's greatest influencers right now. You're going to be rocking him to sleep, and you're going to be like, you will have a child at 19 years old.
Yeah.
And that child after will have one at 4.
Yeah, that way I could be a great.
I
think back in the day, I feel like people had greats were probably pretty common. Because if you're on the 20-year interchange, you can get deep quick. And
absolutely.
For a lot of history, people
that's the
secret
20s. Right there, getting deep.
Yeah, that is the secret.
Tucker's back. He's a father now. Let's take it easy.
So, yeah, I had a kid, and he's great. And as of this recording, he's over 7 weeks old.
Wow.
And he's very fussy today. Mom is very tired.
Yeah.
Dad is very tired.
And dad also was late to the recording because his fucking car broke.
First off, it's a truck. Second off, the power steering... one of the power steering
2005 Toyota Corolla.
It's a 2002 GMC Sierra 2500 HD, and the power steering hose blew. So I had to get the hose back on, which wasn't complicated, but it was a little pain in the butt. And then I had to have someone take me to Napa to get power steering fluid, and did all that, and we got it home. Because on that truck, it has a hydro boost system, so the power steering and the brakes are
enough
related.
about the truck. Nobody cares about that shit about the truck.
I bet a lot of people care about the truck.
Yeah, no, they're like the 4-car guys, the 4 truck guys that care about the GMC. They're like, oh, wait, what? It's got the...
Just know she made it home. So that was going to be stuck at work.
She made it home, and she's still in good. And that's the car. And now Tucker is now also an owner of a green truck that he drove to high school, just like me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now, as of today, we are beginning the long, infinite journey of repairs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know it well. Yeah, but the thing is, something like that, Tucker, the difference between you and me, something like that, Tucker, you were out of service for maybe an hour and a half. That would put me out of service for weeks. That would shut down the whole system for me for a month. Not because it was particularly hard to get fixed or whatever. It's just that now it's like, I'd be like, oh fuck, because I gotta take it in. I gotta have to take it in, and you probably can't drive it when it doesn't have the fluid.
No, because you're
it's probably just like trying to turn a fucking pirate ship.
You're turning the entire weight of the vehicle. So if you're not moving fast, it's really, really hard.
Did you drive it?
Well, I drove it around the farm that I was at where I worked to test it, and I was like, this isn't making it home. But if you had let me continue, the hydro boost system connects to the brakes, so I had no brakes either.
Oh, yeah, that's something you shouldn't take on the road.
Yeah, but it's not my brake lines, which is
Right.
good because that would have been, we would not be recording right now.
Right.
I would be getting a tow truck.
Yeah.
But I got it done.
Wait.
Pretty,
So you were able to brake?
Well, now I am because I fixed it.
Oh.
But when I blew the hose, lost 100% of the fluid in the system. So I had no power steering and no brakes.
Wow. Well, let's get on the main
I'm on a
topic
high.
here, which is that you're a father now.
I am a father
now because people have been you've been gone for so long. You've been
people
gone for
only
so long.
think I've been gone for a couple weeks. But for you, I've been gone longer because I pre-recorded episodes as well.
Yeah, we pre-recorded a month of episodes, and then it was like, I knew this was going to be the case, but Tucker was like, before the birth, Tucker was like, yeah, no, we should be fine with just a month. I'm thinking to myself, there's no fucking way that's true. I'm like, thinking to myself as he's saying that, I'm like, isn't maternity leave like 3 months usually for people? Like,
I think it's longer.
I think it's usually, well, I mean,
it varies, I suppose.
In them socialist countries, it's a bit longer. People are getting half a year of maternity leave, which I'm sure you guys would have preferred.
I applied for leave with Massachusetts because the company I work for pays into the system in which I could receive money, kind of like unemployment, but for babies.
Yeah, but you got fucked by the government.
Oh, yeah. And when I was doing this, I was stressed. I was like, there's no way this is going to work. I hate the government. They hate me. And Emma's like, it's going to work. Why would it not work? Dude, they call me. I'm at the hospital. They call me like, yeah, just so you know, you got denied. You're not getting a cent.
Wait, at the hospital when the baby's
at the hospital.
Born?
I've got a 1-day-old. They're like, yeah, you've been denied. You're not getting a cent. See ya.
You got a 1 day, and this was probably the time when you were. Do you want to tell the story of the separation?
We can tell the birth story. So here's the birth story, everybody.
Okay,
buckle up, saddle up,
and let me just say also, this period has probably been from the time that pretty much maybe a week before the birth until really kind of now, with a short battlefield period in the middle, has been the least that Tucker and I have spoken to each other in years and years and years.
Yeah. Battlefield came out and there was I played with you 3 times.
And we had some good gaming, but
we
that
had
was
some
like
good
pretty
gaming.
much the only interactions we had, and that was when I like learned a lot of information. But I was mostly leaving you guys alone, and so I would learn all this stuff in like bulk, kind of like you guys are right now, listeners of the pod.
So here's the birth story, everybody. So Emma was a week late, so I took off work, all of my works. I'm hustling everywhere. I took off, like leading up to the delivery date, which came and it went, and there was no baby. So we waited a full week, and the baby still wasn't coming naturally. So we went to the hospital to get Emma induced, which
Emma
is like they
get this thing out of me, thing out of me.
Yeah, she wanted it out, and I think any woman who's overdue will completely understand that feeling.
Yeah,
because
I made sure to let Emma know during that period that what was it? It was I think we talked about it maybe on the pod, but like the longest birth, or like
the longest labor.
The longest time a woman had a baby in her belly was like more than a year. I think it was like a little bit, like a 370 days or something.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
don't do that. So we got induced, which means
that's
they
like
gave
a man in there at that point.
Oh, he's grown.
The guy's gonna come out in a suit.
He's gonna come out pissed.
He's gonna come out, and he's gonna already have like chores assigned to him. He can walk and talk.
I am excited for him to be able to walk. I'm not ready for the talking yet, though.
Oh, really? That's not usually something that people look forward to when they have a kid.
Well, talking seems so formal. Like I kind of just like the coos and
not for a while. I don't think it's gonna be formal for a while. It's gonna be a lot of like, because they're starting from square one, and they don't currently have a native language yet.
Yeah, it's true.
We are starting from being fluent in no languages.
Well,
the child's mute right now.
Sometimes I'm carrying him around. He's not a mute. I will tell you that. I think I can actually hear him.
He just doesn't
right
know how to articulate it yet.
He's got a lot to say.
Yeah. So you went to the hospital.
We went to the hospital, scheduled to get induced. So we like show up at the hospital at 5 p.m. and we have our luggage. It's kind of like we're going on vacation, like we're going to a hotel. We'd check in, like we'll show you to your room. We live in a smaller town, so we were the only people on the delivery floor, which is great because that means every nurse there is working for us, which is pretty rare. Like in New York City, there's like thousands of babies getting born every day, but here he was the only baby on the floor that
assembly line babies.
Yeah, no, we've got like farm raised organic babies around here. Yeah. So we go to get induced, so they give Emma medicine to start making her body like have contractions, I think. And so that was the beginning of labor. Or actually, dude, I'm not the right person to be discussing this. I don't know if that was the beginning of labor or if when the water breaks is the beginning of labor. But maybe it's when the water breaks. But our labor was
I think that labor is when the contractions begin.
I don't know.
Like that's because that. Well, I mean, if we think about the word, let's break this down. I'm gonna do you a favor here because you've been away for a while. I'm not gonna look this up. I'm not gonna look this up. We're gonna try to logic our way through this, and that's a gift to you. This is a welcome home gift.
New Ted.
Although I might not be able to resist it and may have to look it up after we do this, but like if we think about the word labor, I imagine the contractions are kind of the most strenuous portion leading up to the actual push, right?
Well, contractions begin way before you ever go to the hospital, but they're erratic and not as intense. Like they start weeks, like a week out, you'll start getting random contractions.
Oh, interesting. So maybe in that case,
and as the frequency increases and the time between them decreases, you're getting closer to labor.
Is the contractions what flips the baby around and gets them in fucking firing position?
I think the baby's upside down for quite some time. I think it lives upside down in there.
I think at a certain point, like one of the markers for it's coming soon is that the baby's like
it flips.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure, but I want to say he was upside down for a long time. He's got a big head.
Yeah, it's usually like a problem. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Most fetuses will... I'm sorry, I had to look something up. Most fetuses will flip to a head down position before they reach full term, 37 weeks.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah,
it's usually a problem if they're like feet first. That's usually like
I've heard that's bad. Well,
yeah, because
anyway, her labor,
the biggest part of their body.
Her labor was like 24 hours of active labor. I want to say it was after the water breaks is when you're in. Yeah, it's after the water breaks when you're in labor. It's not just contractions because contractions are happening, and then burst, and then it's like, okay, we're officially in labor. Emma's water broke at like 5 a.m.
So I think I'm sorry. I had to look it up. I'm so sorry.
I just told you what it is.
What would you say? I wasn't even listening because I was so
Once
busy.
Once the water breaks, you are officially in labor.
Do we want to hear
the AI overview? Said? Yeah.
I mean, I could choose something different than the AI overview.
No, just give it. What does it say?
Well, okay. Here's what you know what? I'll go with Mayo Clinic. Okay. The first stage of labor. This is from a website. This is a website.
It's professional.
It's kind of funny how like any website now feels like better than the AI overview at this point. Whereas before it was like you got to use quality websites. Now like if
now
you
it's
choose
like, just
a website,
please use a website.
That's already above what people are usually taking from Google. But the first stage of labor and birth happens when you begin to feel ongoing contractions. So I guess it's like when they...
I think those are often kind of simultaneous. Because like when the contractions get like rhythmic and frequent is when your water breaks.
Gotcha.
Because once the water breaks, man,
then you're in trouble.
You know, it's so hazy. I remember like living it and it was so real, but now looking back, I'm like, the order of operations is hazy. I haven't had to recall it.
It was kind of like its own type of high.
Yeah, I would say it was kind of like that. It's kind of like a wedding, like your own wedding, which you also don't know what that's like. But it's kind of like every single thing is new and also like 100% relevant to you. So it's like every single moment of this day or event you're supposed to remember. So then when you're trying to recall it, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. No,
and it's like exclusively your event.
I think the only thing that I can relate to and like I can connect to in terms of that is that like I just directed a music video and it's like when you're the director, like all of the questions for everything that's happening that day and the progression of it, like you're the vertex of all of that. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I remember this last one I did was like 13, 14 hours straight. I was standing up. I maybe ate food for 20 minutes, but then it was like, we're talking like at lunch too about what we're doing when everyone's back from lunch. Like, all right, folks, this episode of Take It Easy is sponsored by our friends at Soul. Listen, guys, the holiday season can be stressful. Endless shopping, travel, parties every weekend. That's me partying. When I need to slow down and actually relax, I'll be reaching for Soul's out-of-office gummies. The perfect balance of CBD and THC helps me find my calm and keep my peace of mind. Soul is a wellness brand that believes that feeling good should be fun and easy. Soul specializes in delicious hemp-derived THC and CBD products designed to boost your mood and help you unwind. Their best-selling out-of-office gummies were designed to provide a mild, relaxing buzz, boost your mood, and enhance creativity and relaxation. With 5 different strengths, you can tailor the dose to fit your vibe. From a gentle 1.5 milligram microdose to their newest 15 milligram gummy for a more elevated experience. Take advantage of Soul's Black Friday Cyber Monday deal now. For a limited time, get 40% off your entire order. Go to getsoul.com and use the code TAKEITEASY. Once again, that's getsoul.com, promo code TAKEITEASY for 40% off. Don't miss their best deal of the year. This episode of Take It Easy is also sponsored by our friends at Uncommon Goods. The holidays are here, folks. We're in them. It's December right now. It's time to find some gifts. Let's be honest. And if you still have some names on your list, Don't panic. Uncommon Goods makes holiday shopping stress-free and joyful with thousands of one-of-a-kind gifts you can't find anywhere else. You'll discover presents that feel meaningful and personal, never rushed or last minute. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the United States. Many are crafted by independent artists and small businesses, so every gift feels special and thoughtfully chosen. I've said this before, but one of my favorite gifts that I've seen on Uncommon Goods is these ceramic Major League Baseball ice cream bowls that they remind me of the ones that I had when I would go to Red Sox games when I was a kid. So honestly, I'm hoping that my dad isn't watching this particular episode of Take It Easy or the sponsor, because I might be getting this as one of the gifts that I'm going to be getting for my dad. And Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, from moms and dads to kids and teens, from book lovers to sports fans to foodies, mixologists, gardeners, the freaky green thumbs. You'll find unforgettable gifts that are anything but ordinary. Okay? And when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're also supporting artists and small independent businesses. What could be better? So don't wait. Make this holiday the year you give something truly unforgettable. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/takeiteasy. Once again, that's uncommongoods.com/takeiteasy. Don't miss out on this limited time offer, please. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary. Now let's get back to the episode.
Oh, dude. William Osmond, he was like, you're not going to get any food while you're there? Pff, bullshit. It was gourmet. It was locally sourced beef with like locally grown vegetables. And the best part is Emma wasn't allowed to eat any of it.
That's terrible. That's a terrible takeaway. And that's a horrible takeaway. It's like, what, you're just like sitting there, leg crossed tightly over, and you're like, Emma.
She's been in labor for like 6 hours, right? So like we've been there for 18 hours. She's been in active labor for 6, but she's nowhere close enough. Like, it's not coming anytime soon.
Yeah.
So the nurses were, and I'm kind of looking over at her mom, because it's me and her mom and Emma. And we're like, well, we should eat. But I'm like, I feel bad eating because Emma can't eat because she's on meds and the whole works. The mom's not allowed to eat until the baby's born.
Right. So she didn't eat for 18 hours?
Her labor was 24 hours.
So she didn't eat for a full day?
But yeah, more than that. While doing...
I guess it does. No, I've never seen a visual of a pregnant woman like in the hospital bed eating. That would be kind of ridiculous.
Well,
where it's
there's
like
a lot of pictures of women
like she's mid-labor, mid-push. She's like, give her a bite. Give her a bite of something right now. And she's like...
There are a lot of pictures of women with brand new babies eating because they're really hungry right after because they haven't eaten, and the labor is incredibly strenuous. But so I was like, should we get something? The nurses were like, you guys need to be eating so that you can stay awake and be on top of this. And we were like,
good for them.
All right, room service it is. Gourmet food.
Now that is the good thing about like nurses in that situation. I imagine that they've seen like every manner of shitty husband over the course of their tenure.
I think I was a superstar in there.
Oh yeah,
I think they really liked me. The nurses were great.
Yeah, because they've seen how bad things can get too. I'm sure that they've seen like the shittiest level of husbands. So
I was in there and I was doing stuff and I was thinking like, man, there's probably a lot of really shitty husbands. One thing that happened, I had to adjust. Like we went there, and we went there 5 p.m. and we're like settle into the room. They give Emma the meds, but other than that, it's like, all right, we're just gonna check on you like every hour and see if like it's working. Yeah. But otherwise, just like chill. And so we're watching Malcolm in the Middle on cable in the room because there's a TV in there, and we're just chilling. And then they're like, all right, try to get some rest. So I was like, all right, I make my little bed on the little dad chair. With my whoopee, my pillow, I was like, all right, I'll go to sleep. And then the nurse was like checking on Emma every 20 minutes all night. And I was like, aren't we supposed to be sleeping? And I wasn't in like the mindset yet.
You're kind of a light sleeper too.
Yeah. I'm always on watch. Well, so that was kind of rough. But then you get to a point where you're like, any sleep, any chance you get, you're like taking it. Yeah. Once you get really tired.
Did you have any sort of like, in terms of like getting sleep or like the uncertainty, were you getting like any sort of traumatic flashbacks to boot camp in any way?
I'll tell you one thing that's very similar to the Marine Corps in the delivery zone, and that is the interactions between the nurses and the doctor is very much officer and enlisted. You have these nurses, they're in their 40s, they've had multiple children themselves, they deliver babies like every day, right? Mm-hmm. Like they do 100% of the work, and then the doctor comes in and like pulls the baby out and like acts like they're the king. But it's like the nurses are with you every day, all day, doing the nastiest shit for you.
Yeah,
like
frontline shit.
Yeah, they're doing frontline shit. They are cleaning up any fluid that happens to find itself onto the ground, which will be a lot of different fluids. And they just do it no problem. Like they are, at least for our nurses, they were fantastic and they were on top. But then the doctor comes in and kind of like gives them some orders, and they're kind of like I don't know if I agree with that. Like, you know, there's this weird, there's a very weird dynamic. It's very much like officer showing up and there's like a bunch of enlisted guys who have been like doing this job for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's like,
and it's honestly the same, kind of the same reasoning too.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you went to
based on the amount of school. Yeah.
But it's like, I've been in this hospital delivering babies for 20 years and I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very much like you have
They went to the school of hard knocks.
So yeah, the baby comes out after 24 hours of active labor.
Were you, like, I guess I need to ask more specific questions.
You do.
Like, what were you, like, when it was happening? Were you like, were you holding Emma's hand? Like,
well, during the pushing, yes. Mm-hmm. During the labor is really long. Okay, I can get more specific. I can lock in. It's like I'm recatching
now it's
up
coming
with
back to you because you're thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the labor is very long, and there are moments where it hurts, and there are moments, well, it hurts the whole time, but there are moments when it's like, oh, this is so insane, I hate this, and then there are moments where like, I can sleep through this.
Right.
She'll be like, I'm
at the beginning, you were saying that you weren't sure if she would get that injection thing, the painkiller.
Oh, the epidural.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was like, I don't think I want epidural, dude.
Because it's like, because there's like a question in like the you know, the birthing like, world on like,
dude, there are these uppity fucking mothers on TikTok and Instagram on the shorts game, right? Who are just like, if you don't do this, like you're not as good of a mom. Like it's this whole mom hierarchy bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, there's
and one of those is like, if you take an epidural, you're not as real of a mother or something.
Yeah, you're not as tough, but it's like,
damn,
the epidural changed the fucking game.
Yeah.
Because so leading up to it, Emma's
and also like, why wouldn't you engage?
I don't think there's
the peak of like scientific. Like,
I don't think
like
there
why
are
wouldn't you want
to
make things easier for you? Like there's that, like that's like some weird fucking like I'm sure I mean there's examples of that like across the board for things, like just making things harder so that like because you feel like it should be harder.
Yeah,
you know?
well, I think birth varies from woman to woman.
You know what that's the equivalent of?
significantly.
That's the equivalent of regular fucking Dark Souls players having a problem with summons in Elden Ring.
Well, the summons make it exponentially easier.
What? No, like the summons make fighting stuff easier in the boss levels and stuff. Giving birth is a boss level, is a boss fight. The summons are the epidural.
And Emma's never been good at Dark Souls, so in that case,
and Emma's shit at that game, so she really needed them summons.
She said this. Emma said this to me. If my birth was only like 3 hours or something, like my labor, I probably could have done it. But it was 24 hours.
Yeah, and she got that at like hour 5.
Yeah. Well, so when she's in active labor, she's getting in a lot of pain, and they've got her on this yoga ball thing because they're like, get in any position you want. Like the baby can come out of you like when you're in any position. They're like, get on your hands and knees, stand up, squat, do whatever you want. So they get her on this exercise ball. She's like in so much pain. I'm like rubbing her back hard. Like it's really tiring. And I was like, fuck, dude, am I gonna have to do this for 20 more hours?
And hey, that probably was And you know what? I'm going to recognize you right now for that. I'm
Dude,
sorry
I felt
to
like
go
a
through
hero.
that.
But then, so here's something that they offered.
And she's like, and you're like,
dude, I was like hard rubs. So they're at this hospital. They offer you laughing gas, right?
Mm.
And they're like, "Do you want to get on the gas?" And she's like, "Okay." So they bring it to her. They get, they got the can and the mask.
To gas you? What?
And they're like, "Here's the mask. Take as much as you want, and we'll be around. Call us if you need us." Because the nurses like do something and then they'll leave and be like, "Call us if you need us." Like we'll be in the hallway.
I love that. That's like the equivalent of just like them handing her like a fucking weed vape and just being like,
dude,
go crazy,
it
dude.
Was because she was in the most amount of pain I've ever seen her. Rough shape. They give her this. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go take a piss. I go out to the bathroom in the hallway. I come back. Emma's like, she was like tears, like red, insane pain. I come back from the bathroom. She's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, what the fuck happened in here? She's like completely baked.
Dude.
Just absolutely chill.
I feel like I'm getting a visual in my head of just like, I'm having like an empathy visual of Emma's position. Like, oh my God, that must have been so scary and strange. And just like, like, oh my God, I can imagine just giving birth must just like in the moment feel like a fucking bad dream that you can only get out of by doing the thing.
But yeah, by like pushing forward. There's no way out of it. But yeah, so that laughing gas was awesome.
I'm so glad to be a guy.
Oh yeah. After that, dude, I'm locked in.
No, women are the strongest beings in our culture.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm just kidding, dude, but I'm not gonna make that stance.
They're the fucking foundation of our of.
Let's just say, I plan.
They're the bedrock of our population. They're the ones that keep us going into the future.
They are very.
They give fathers their sons.
They are pretty important to our species, I would say.
Yeah, they create legacy.
Yeah, they do. They are pretty great.
Wow, man.
Women are pretty great.
Why am I convincing you of this? I feel like you should have hit Nirvana by the time you were through that.
Oh, I like Emma more now, for sure.
Well, that's good. That's
we
good.
We have a deeper connection.
Really?
But she got super stoned on that stuff and was like, yeah, she was like, I think that I'm feeling better. And it was so obvious, like, yeah, you're completely chill right now. You just went from a fucking 10 stoned on that pain scale in the nurse's office. 10?
Like
yes.
Wow. You just it must have been the most pain that she's ever experienced. Like she can't imagine 100%. Being more pain than that. Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's like you just went from a 10 to like a 2, a 1. And she's like, "Do you think it's working?" Like, yeah, Emma, we think it's working. But that wore off. That stopped working. Because she's hooked up to the things like the heart monitor and the contraction monitor. So you can like see a contraction coming on the screen with like the line.
Oh, you can see it working up to a new one?
Yeah. You can like see her muscles tensing. It's like picking it up and you can see it on the screen.
Oh,
so you're like, oh, and you're seeing the spacing and you're like, okay, the spacing's still really consistent. It's not shrinking.
Yeah.
Because when the spacing's you're looking for all that. So that started wearing off. The gas was not cutting it, but they let her take as much as she wanted. So it got to a point where she's just like huffing the gas nonstop, and it's not really working anymore. So that's when she got the epidural. And they asked me, I think a lot of husbands pass out when they give.
And so the
epidural's
epidural's the thing. Like that's a thing they inject into her spine, right?
Yeah, it's a huge needle that they put in her spine.
Oh my God.
Yeah, some special doctor
we can
guy
relieve
came
your
and
pain.
did it.
We just have to use the scariest medical tool we have to give it to you.
Yeah, but then she had
the scariest place to receive said thing.
Yeah, I didn't. They're like, "Do you want to watch?" And I was like, "Does anyone want to watch the needle go in?" I'll just face away.
Yeah, we've had some fucked up weird husbands before. We just like to offer it in case they're interested. Yeah. We don't want you huffing and puffing as you walk in. They didn't let me watch the fucking needle go into your spine. Like,
I have that.
Why do you look so bummed, Tucker? Well, I'm happy we have a kid, but they nurses didn't let me watch the needle go into your spine, and I really wanted to see that.
That reminds me of the cutting the cord story that I'll get to because it's related. So she got the epidural, and then she had this button that she could press to like put more of it into her system. So she'd be like, "Can you hit my button?" Or that she'd have it and she'd hit it and she'd get like a boost of it. And she was
like, this is like fucking cyberpunk or something.
Dude, when she got that epidural,
give me a boost, Chum.
She became like not pregnant anymore. Because you got to think, she's 9 months pregnant in active labor. Her mobility went from non-existent to like as limber as me.
Whoa.
And it like that. They're like, okay, you should try like getting up on the bed. She, boom, up on the bed. Like,
wow.
Yeah, no.
But then that also didn't last, surely.
Well, it's just like you can only fight the pain. It was more like the exhaustion and the uncomfort then take over, not necessarily like pain.
Okay. Well, wow. Well, damn. Okay. Well, that's interesting because so it really kind of just gets rid of her pain throughout the rest of the pregnancy. And it was just like kind of physical exhaustion and just sort of like situational uncomfort. Yeah. So was the rest kind of like not as bad or?
Well, it's just like you're getting more and more and more uncomfortable and tired and you haven't eaten anything. So like, and yeah, it's not like it's getting better, but it's better than you're not feeling the pain from the contractions.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
But the epidural
Dude, the fucking epidural sounds incredible.
My mom got one when I was being born, and I broke her tailbone, and she didn't feel it. I broke my mom's tailbone when I was born because she had an epidural, and she didn't even feel it.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, it allows you that.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, well, he was pretty rough coming out. It's 'cause he had big, wide shoulders. He's gonna be built. Yeah, I'm just saying it right now. He's gonna be built. But so he gets born.
Yeah, I guess there's no like other than Larry, your father-in-law. There's not really too much boy.
There's not a lot of men in this.
There's
family.
not like boy because Emma's got two sisters. It's like there's not too much boy evidence on her side to like what are the you think those broad shoulders come from Emma's side?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Meh.
You should see these things in action. I was swinging a pick all day, man. So, well, where are we? The birth took like an hour of active like pushing.
Wow.
Which was pretty intense. Emma would grab on. We were like holding hands kind of. Like I was just like letting her pull on me as hard as she wanted. And she's never been stronger. She was like,
thank God I went to the gym.
She was like death pulling me. She was really sore for days after because like it was like a bicep workout.
Yeah.
But I mean,
she was on a pull and push day.
Yeah. Yeah. He came out, and when he came, what I didn't realize is, I think I knew this, but seeing it live was very strange. When babies are born, their heads are not shaped like ours. They look like aliens. Their heads they're not like us. They're long. Their heads are like long oval things. It's pretty disturbing when he first comes out. Like it doesn't look human at all. And the nurses are talking to me.
How long did it take to settle?
It starts settling immediately. And
because I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen a lot of like photos and stuff of like very, very newborn babies, and
they're wearing the little hat, right?
Well, I mean,
the nurse is like,
even sometimes like right out of the womb and stuff. But what I'm thinking of, you're giving me the visual of Conehead right now, in the way you're describing this.
It's intense. It's scary. Well, I'm sitting with like Emma's laying down.
Draw the shape with your hand. Draw the shape draw how ovally it is with your hand.
It'd be like if my head just extended out.
No, but like do a draw. Do a draw in the air.
Do a draw?
Yeah.
Well, like a side profile would be like, here's your nose, your eyes, your eyebrow, long head. Like it's horrible. And I was not briefed about this. I was crazy. Like, I think I had seen something about this on the internet before.
somebody who's watching this episode on the video side draw specifically the pathway that Tucker just drew that on screen, and I want to see a drawing of
you know what they kind of look like?
Looks like
is like those Egyptian gods that are wearing the long hat kind of thing.
Dude, what? This is crazy what you're describing to me right now. This sounds like
I know.
Like the baby's head was like a foot long?
Yes. I'm sitting with Emma. Emma's, we're shoulder to shoulder and she's got her legs upright. The doctor's pulling this baby out and like immediately holds it up. Boom. Long ass fucking head.
Dude, xenomorph level head just like stretching through.
And like Emma's like so exhausted. She doesn't even know what's going on really. And I'm just like, this is overwhelming. And that's a big head.
Anybody like, see how long that head is?
And they rush the baby over to like the incubator table and like get the vitals.
Fucking Patrick Star.
They get the vitals and stuff. And I'm like, once things settle down and stuff, the nurse is like, yeah, we try to put that hat on as fast as possible so we don't freak the moms out. I was like, okay, but like, what about the dads?
What about me?
Because it is freaky. It is freaky. But they're like, it's totally normal. It's going to go away within like a day.
Oh. I mean, I guess
it starts
makes
deflating
sense,
immediately.
Because babies' heads are a little bit more or a lot more malleable than...
They got a soft spot.
Yeah.
Well, dude, no. When they're born, they're 100% malleable.
Yeah, like it's got to get through the fucking...
It's got to get through the tunnel.
It's got to get through there somehow. Like, it's got to be a little malleable. Like...
It is very malleable. It was really freaky. And it's something that you don't really hear about very often.
I think you hear about it a little bit because of like when they do like, they try to like do shit to babies' heads when they're first born to like, in like cultures a long time ago to like have them have a certain shape.
Yeah, so someone back then noticed.
Yeah.
But I was uprange. I was not downrange, so I didn't see the hell portal.
Oh, you didn't?
I maybe saw it out of a peripheral vision at one point, but no, I never. Because before the birth, during the episode with William, I was kind of like, I'd take a look. When we were in there, I was like, yeah. You don't want to see.
That's okay. I mean, with your plans in mind, you got 2 more tries.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe on the final one. Emma's mom was downrange the whole time. She saw the whole thing.
Wow.
He also didn't scream or cry like when he came out. In the movies, they're always like screaming as soon as they come out. He was pretty chill.
Was he not breathing? Did they have to slap him?
I don't think he was breathing immediately, but they like take him to the table and do this little thing, and they know how to fix it.
Yeah.
But then he didn't cry much that day. He was pretty chill that first day.
We were talking about this on the William episode too, but they don't really talk about the fact that like in Christianity, they make a big, like I'm hearing this recently now from William and from you that like apparently babies don't cry a lot of the time when they're born. But like in the Bible, when it was like when he was born, he didn't cry. He was completely peaceful. Like, that's a fucking big deal. So I kind of had, since I was a kid, like growing up Catholic, I've had this thing in my head where it's like every baby cries when they're born, and
except Jesus.
So that's why, but Jesus, like he didn't. And that was like, yeah, because he came out and he was like, I already know what's going on. Like this.
Yeah, that's how he was. He came out and he seemed pretty content, honestly.
Wow. Okay. So
yeah, because
so should we start calling you like fucking Joseph?
Yeah, you can call me Joseph
or Peter. I forget. I don't know.
So, okay. So then the thing, here's when it gets complicated. The baby is born.
Joseph.
It's like 2 hours. Emma has kind of a rough reaction to coming off of the induction meds and post-delivery. Which was really scary. It was rough, and it was really bad. And everyone's
what specifically
fine.
Was the reaction?
Like basically like seizure-esque symptoms, I would think. I don't know. She went to
I know
shock.
this part of the story. Yeah, she went into shock. It was sort of what I was leading you on.
It was really rough. But within like 2 hours, they're like, "Oh, Emma has an infection from in her uterus or wherever the placenta is connected. I don't know. They're like, she has an infection, so that means the baby is technically at risk." They're like, the nurses were like, they're pissed. They're like, there's like 99.9% chance he's completely fine. All his vitals are fine. He looks fine. Everything's good. But the system forces us to make this decision this way. There's nothing we can do. This sucks for you guys. So they had to call an ambulance.
But I mean, like, in reality, like, you're probably glad, like, that they're observing that
it's like
0.1% chance.
Yeah, so it's, and I was like, I kind of get it. It just sucks. It's a very emotional day. It was so much.
Yeah.
So the ambulance comes from like an hour away, picks up him in this like incubator chamber, and drives him. I'm not allowed to go in the ambulance with him. They take him to a bigger hospital with a NICU, which is a natal intensive care unit. It's an ICU, the intensive care unit for babies, which is typically loaded with preemies, which are premature babies, because they're born without the ability to survive.
Right.
So they're in like incubators and all sorts of stuff. But also babies that get really sick with, random diseases or whatever.
Yeah.
So in our case, he had to go there for 2 days for it was either 48 hours or 72 hours of like monitoring. So he's sleeping in this like incubator bed thing. He was by far the healthiest baby there. So it was kind of awkward. I felt very blessed because I was like, I'm so thankful to have a baby that is just kind of here on a technicality.
Yeah.
Because the NICU's a hard place. I mean,
that's just like
to
that's just like such a nightmare scenario too, though. Like, probably especially at the point where like you kind of, I'm sure that they did like a really good job of explaining it to you, but it probably at the same time was like, okay, so my wife just had the baby, and now
you guys are taking it from us.
Now they're like for a period there, it was like all three of you were separated. Like, you were in a car driving to the hospital, baby was in the ambulance, and Emma was back at the original hospital. Like,
and I was like,
crazy.
Where are we going to stay tonight? Where is he going to stay tonight? What's Emma doing? Like, we're so much going on. And my whole family was obviously like, they've been staying at my house while we were at the hospital, getting the house ready.
Yeah, they're like, what's going on?
And they're constantly texting me like, what's going on? Can we come see him? Like, when can we? Because like, you're able to bring people up to the room to visit. I was like, just giving him like texts here and there, like, there's complication, like, he's healthy, but like, you can't come up yet, and all this shit. No one in my family got to see him during that trip except for my mom, because she stayed with us the entire time until he got discharged.
Yeah.
So that was a real headache. And the NICU isn't a place people stay. It's a place where you have a premature baby at 6 months instead of 9 months, and that baby stays there for like a month, 2 months, until they can breathe and eat milk on their own. So it's like,
basically just like kind of like it, like a out of womb.
Yeah, like, you go back to work or like life, and your baby stays there. It's not like you're staying with your baby. So like, if you're there, people are
so fucking expensive too. I wonder what the hospital bill for that shit is.
The NICU bill is definitely insane, but it is like state of the art. Like, there's like cutting edge technology in there.
Yeah.
Dude, the amount of employees in there, holy shit.
Yeah, I imagine like, of all things, like anything related to giving birth, like that has to be where our best technology is, because it literally has application. It's like has the most core application to humanity.
I'm blessed to be in Massachusetts, which is a really medical tech heavy place. It has really, and I was very impressed the entire time with the technology, and the NICU especially was incredible. Like, our baby didn't really need anything, but the other babies that were receiving care was like, holy shit, this thing's in like a rocket ship. And there's so many nurses in there. 24 hours, 365.
What did it look like? Was it like one? Like I'm imagining in my head like a room with a bunch of kind of like in rows, like little like
it is kind of like in rows.
So I feel like I've seen visuals of a NICU before.
Yeah, you might have. It's like tons of like kind of like push carts. Well, it depends on depends on the severity.
Exactly what this is.
Our baby was in a push cart, very bare bones. Some babies are in like nobody fucking touched that thing. There's like pipes coming out of it and all this because they're receiving intensive care. Like, so this was heavy. The baby across from him was 15 ounces.
Is that and
our baby was
7 ounces?
Almost 9 pounds.
Whoa. Wait, what?
The baby across from him was smaller than this. And was alive and being treated in there. So like that's the level. Yes. That's what they're dealing with. It's like a state of the art thing. And they have
7 ounces?
It was 15 ounces.
15 ounces. Oh,
so
my.
An ounce under a pound.
God. Smaller than a Gatorade bottle?
Yeah. I didn't ever look. It was it's a very heavy place. It's very solemn, but also like it's weird. It's a very weird.
Yeah, because it's probably just like you can probably feel the energy of like so many other prospective parents, like all of their.
There's a lot of grieving parents who are in like a lot of turmoil, and a lot of discomfort, and a lot of like uncertainty. Whereas we're like, okay, we're just waiting to get discharged. And like worst case scenario, he did have an infection, in which case they can treat it immediately, and we'd have to just stay down there for 5 more days. But he would be fine. It was like a blessing to have a baby that was so healthy, and it was very eye-opening to be around babies that were struggling.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a big headache for the post-birth process that hit us immediately. I want to give a shout out to my mom though. When we went to the NICU, I was kind of a mess. We get to the NICU. Immediately, I'm like, I want to go in there and visit him. And only the parents can go in. You cannot bring visitors in during cold and flu season, which is like September through January or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't bring my mom in. So I would go in there and spend some time with him alone and like hold him. They have they're kind of like closets with bathrooms. They're rooms that have no windows. They have a bathroom and like a fold out couch and chair to sleep in for like emergency case NICU situations. And so we were able to get one of those. It's cable TV in there. So I went and held him, come back. Mom's got the Red Sox game on. Like the beds are made in there. And so I was able to, and I hadn't slept in like 36 hours really.
Yeah.
So I was able to like, and I was, once he was in the NICU and stuff, I met the nurses. I was like, okay, he's very safe here. Like he's fine. And I was able to sleep. I slept straight through till morning, which felt so good.
Like 12 hours or something, or like 8?
No, it was probably just 8 hours, but it felt so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intense. And then Emma discharged a day early from the hospital to get to the NICU to be with us.
Yeah.
She was supposed to get a full another day of treatment at the hospital, which she could have used because he fucked her up coming out. And she got an infection too.
He's clawing at the walls coming out.
You know what's funny is
he's knocking over furniture. He's coming out. Fuck you. You're taking me out of here. Fuck this place.
We have an early ultrasound picture of him from way back where he's honestly looks exactly how he looks. And he has both his hands up near his face. And that's how he sleeps. He sleeps always like hands up. And it's funny that we got a picture on our ultrasound from months and months ago. And it literally looks exactly like him. Because I was like, I don't know, is that like, you can't compare it to him until he's born.
Yeah. I remember one of the first texts that I got after the baby was born, I received from you was you said, Emma's pissed because he looks exactly like me.
He did. Well, he still does, really. He might have Emma's eyes. He might have brown eyes, which would be... that would be my preference.
He's currently like full blue right now, but that's just because they don't have any pigment yet. That's something that comes later. Because I had blue eyes when I was born, and then I had like pretty much full brown eyes like all of my childhood, and now they're like straight up fucking hazel now.
Yeah, they told us like it's gonna be a while before you know what color hair and eyes they have because they're gonna kind of change around a bit.
Dude,
but
my fucking eyes have been changing my whole life. You'll never know.
So when she started labor, like when we were first there, they were like, "Do you want to cut the cord?" I was like, "I guess, sure. Like, I don't know, might as well." And he comes out. I don't think he's breathing. It's very intense. It's like Emma's screaming and pushing, and like the doctor's telling her what to do and stuff. The baby comes out. He's not breathing, I think. So she immediately cuts it and gives it to the nurses who put him and like get him breathing and whatever. And then she's like, "I left like 10 inches of cord, so you can cut that too if you want to." I was like, what's the point at that point? What?
Yeah.
I was like, it's fine.
No need to engage in this farce.
Yeah, I was like, just cut it.
Yeah.
What? Don't give me this handout. Like, I don't want to just cut something for the sake of. I thought it was like, sure,
Speaking
if I
cutting,
can actually.
Did you do it, or is he cut or uncut?
But yeah, I didn't cut the cord because she was just gonna give me like a little piece to play with, and
there's some like crazy moms that also like keep placentas and stuff. There's like some.
Honestly, part of like their belly button for the first week or so, maybe a little bit
got
less.
Like a little string on it.
No, it's like still umbilical cord, like attached to him, and it's like I got like a clamp on it, like a chip clip on there. Yeah, and then one day when you're changing his diaper, it just falls off, and it looks like this little piece of mummified skin. I think it's honestly still sitting on the shelf above his changing table. I was thinking about putting it in the bird feeder or something. I don't know. It's like, what do you do with it? I think some moms keep it, but we're not keeping it.
No, leave that decision up to Emma. And
no. I'm just. I found it when it fell off. It's mine.
You found finders keepers rules with the
finders keepers. I did. Hey, I did. I think I did every single diaper for a very long time.
Well, that's good. That's good. I think that.
She's catching up now because I went back to work. But I think I still got the numbers on her.
You must be a fucking expert right now. Oh, and you had to do the fucking evil ones.
Yeah. Yeah, those ones. You know what's funny is when you first have the baby born, going to the NICU is actually kind of nice for this. When the baby's first born, you're like so delicate with it and stuff. And then you get to the NICU. He's basically like a fat ass baby at the NICU because they're used to really tiny babies.
Yeah.
He's like fucking a hog there.
Yeah.
And they're just like flipping him around. They're like, and so that kind of taught me like, oh, you don't need to be as gentle with him.
Yeah, they're flipping him. They're doing.
They're like spinning him like a fucking pizza. Like
they're having him do kick flips like he's a fucking tech deck. They're like,
yeah. So that was kind of nice to know. Like, okay, he's not as delicate as he looks. And so I sometimes that helps
in
with the
comparison
diapers.
to most humans. Pretty damn delicate though.
That's true.
In the grand scheme,
they will fight you on the diapers sometimes. Like you're screaming and just kicking, and you're like, dude, you're tripling the amount of time this is going to take.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first like 4 days, 5 days of diapers, they're shitting out this weird substance. I think it's like umbilical. It's like whatever they're eating, like yolk, umbilical fluid.
Yeah. So it wasn't like a evil black fluid.
Yeah, it's like black tarry kind of stuff. It's very sticky. It's very sticky.
Ew.
But then they start shitting out for the next long period of time because he's breastfed. They start shitting out like this yellow kind of fluid that has kind of like sesame seed stuff in it. And that's that. Occasionally it's a different color. Occasionally it's green. So I don't know how that happens. And sometimes it's like slightly more
raspberry ices. That's what you gotta stop doing.
I know sometimes I'm like, I wonder how much what Emma eats affects this. But sometimes it's slightly more solid than other times, and I'm like, how does this happen? He's only ever eaten the same thing.
Huh. That's weird. But is he when does he start getting like at what point does he get solid shit?
Well, once he starts eating food, I think.
Okay. Yeah. That's sort of the question. That's essentially the question.
You were asking. It sounded like you're asking purely about the waist.
I wasn't asking when does he have teeth and he can eat goldfish. Like I'm asking, like when are you spoon feeding him slop?
I don't know. I think Emma's going to try to breastfeed for 9 months.
Okay.
And this is again where you see a lot of these moms, these like TikTok moms, these mom talkers who have this hierarchy game where like like you're a better mom if you can breastfeed for as long as possible and stuff, which is like,
oh yeah. But you know what the thing is too, is that I guarantee you that all of those mom talk peoples cover a certain series of categories as moms. One, probably, and you know, Emma's got this rooting against her, but one, probably a boy mom. Two, and you know that category one. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, there is like a boy mom thing.
There's a boy mom thing where the mom is like she's in love with her son, and like there's some layer there. There's a layer
there's something
there
to unpack there.
Yeah, there's something to unpack there where it's like, no, this isn't your second husband. This isn't like your boyfriend. Like that's your son. Like chill.
Yeah.
And then the other aspect there is you've got all those moms probably had a really hard time that kid was walking and breastfeeding.
Well, you know what's funny that you say some of this is just, I think it was yesterday. I was kind of like, you know, Emma, I feel like I kind of understand why, like, when a father has a daughter, he's like so much easier on her than the son. And like, you know, dads and daughters are often really close and moms and sons are really close. So I was like, if I had a daughter, I feel like she'd just be so sweet. But with him, I'm like, you know, it's kind of time for you to start acting like a man, dude. Like, it's time to grow up. Like, that's kind of where
it's like 7 weeks in and you're like,
I'm like,
dude,
you gotta start, you know, pulling your weight
in.
around this house. Like, you know, maybe do the dishes in the morning. Like,
oh, dude. I mean, I'm thinking you're going to be a pretty tough chore dad. I think you're going to have.
I'm sick of doing the chores.
Yeah, you're going to have a fucking crazy chore wheel. Like the kids you're going to have one of those fucking punch card things on the wall.
Yeah.
Your kids are going to be clocking.
They're going to be clocking in.
Fucking chores.
They got to punch like a time card in some old machine.
Yeah, you're going to be going over their timesheet every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I have my glasses low, like looking at it.
Yeah. They're going to be trying to call out sick, and it's going to. Well, they're definitely going to be trying to call out sick from school, but you know.
Oh yeah, they're screwed, man. They're screwed.
Well, at least you beat the. Hopefully, there's not another COVID thing, because at least you'll have. Well, okay.
I do hope there's not another COVID.
Yeah, because that really stunts development. I mean,
my kid's he'll be developed.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll be developed.
If I know anything about, like, we usually share similar opinions on a lot of stuff, and I think that we're like, and you know, you're probably going to agree with me on this, but I also need to plead with you. Don't give him a screen. Don't give him a screen.
You think my kid is getting a screen?
Yeah, no, I know, but just like,
well, I was thinking about getting a portable.
It's not about whether or not you think you should give it. It's just like, here's the issue. The issue lies in it'll make your life somewhat a lot easier.
And it's only easier in the short term, though.
Oh yeah, no, it is absolutely, like, you know, short term gains, absolutely, because it's like, but then you know that kid gets glued to fucking shorts. He's on reels all the time. Their brains just fucking mush.
Well, I've been off. I got off social media for like the last 3 months. The only thing I engage with is sometimes I go on my browser and I go on my public Reddit account and I read like on r/Metroid and stuff. It's pretty tame. Mm-hmm. But I deleted YouTube off my phone too. Like I went in.
Yeah, I need to get back on my my screen time limiter thing. it's tough. It's hard. It's really hard to not be on the apps when your job is the apps. But like,
Yeah,
God,
that is tough.
I don't get a single benefit from going on TikTok whenever I go on there, because it's like I never see anything that like I actually enjoy. I just see stuff that like there is a difference between something that like I'll algorithmically watch versus something that I'll watch and enjoy and will like inspire me, like in like actually creatively fulfill me in like a real way, as opposed to like I feel like TikTok most of the time is just getting a hone in on what I'm currently thinking about or anxious or whatever about, and just feeding me stuff to that. And it's just like, this isn't good.
It really will just find like, what's kind of going on in your life today or in your head today, and let me just blast you with as much of that as possible.
Yeah, like if I'm like pissed at someone or I had like an argument with someone, I'll get like something the next day where it's like, here's 5 signs on how to identify a narcissist. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't think that's okay. But then I'm also like, well, what are the signs? And so it'll feed me more. And I'm like, I'm at a certain point, it's like every other on my feeds shit like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not in this situation right now. I don't know why I keep reading this stuff. Oh,
I've been thinking a lot about how like social media is essentially a drug. Like, I think we can all agree.
Oh my God,
it might as well be a drug, but
absolutely, yeah.
The reason it's very weird to like deal with socially is because we all use this drug at least a little bit. Everybody uses it at least a little.
It's
so
in some ways it's like in some ways it is like alcohol in that regard, because there's a social social facet to social media, obviously.
Yeah, it is kind of like alcohol. Like everybody has a beer, but people.
At the same time, though, I think that people are, and this is more just like nothing against anyone who's sober. I've gone periods where I don't drink for like a month. Like I don't really drink that much at all, so it's not. But like I think that being sober is something where it's like sometimes friends can maybe feel a little bit inconvenienced when someone's sober in that regard, whether it's like, oh well, they're not, or they assume they're not going to have as much fun, even though most sober people, they're gonna be able to hang. They have some of the people that I know that are sober are honestly more like fucking hype and like down to do whatever than the people that are drinking. But
I think that's
but with social media, when you say that you're getting off social media, a lot of times if you tell people that, they're like, good for you. They're like, I think that people respect it more than you think.
Social media is like a individual activity.
Yeah, because we all
which
know
is ironic.
That it's kind of bad for us. I think we all inherently know that.
Well, and yeah, if you're like having a drink, if you're drinking, a lot of times you're doing it with a group, so like you're socializing. Whereas if you're on social media, you're often alone.
Yeah,
But the reason that it's weird is because like my sister was here a few weekends ago, and she's sitting on the couch just like going reel after reel after reel after reel. I was like, Megan, get off the thing.
It was Megan.
I'm calling her out. It was Megan, and I'm like, get off the reels. Like,
it is funny
like
how I initially assumed that it was Mel.
No, Mel doesn't. I think I don't know.
Really?
She goes in and out of that stuff. But no, Megan's more of like typical like Gen Z kind of college kid. And I was like, get off it. And she's like, no, I just want to use it. But I'm like, but it's like, if it's kind of like a drug and you're just kind of doing it on my couch and I don't want to watch you do it. And I feel like it's kind of weird because like, yeah, I've also watched.
To be fair to Megan, I do think that, because I know exactly the tonality that you came at her with that, and I've experienced it myself before, because it is based on your own personal perception of like how you would like the world should be and stuff. And I don't knock her for initially being resistant to it, because I've definitely been like that with you when you've had an opinion on something, and it can definitely that would be how I reacted too, where I would just be like, leave me alone.
Yeah. I just find that the scrolling the reels, because I've gone through periods where I was a reels addict. I think I finally truly broke the addiction, but I was deep in it for a little bit. But it's kind of becomes like a pacifier.
Yeah, you were so deep in it. I mean, like if you ever get back on, you'll have a lot of stuff in there. You were so deep in it, and we've talked about this on the pod before, but you were so deep in it, you became like a connoisseur. I was getting graded on my reels to a point where I stopped. For a period, I stopped sending you reels because I was like, no, I send them you now. But I was like, there was a period where I stopped because I was like, every time I send something to Tucker, if he's seen it, or if he kind of like doesn't think it was that funny, he'll like immediately like berate me for it. And then he'll be like, weak reel, sorry.
Well, there was like, a time,
seen this before, old news. He saw it 20 minutes ago.
I was so deep on the reels that I was seeing everything. Nobody could send me a new reel.
Yeah.
It was rock bottom. So, yeah.
Sometimes I'll text him a link to a reel, and then he'll act like he can't get to it as if it wouldn't open up in a browser for him to watch it.
Yeah, I don't think Instagram will let you use a browser anymore.
Really?
TikTok did that a long time ago, and I think Instagram does it now. Yeah, like if you try to open a TikTok on a link, it will not let you. It says, you got to download the app. And now I think Instagram does that too.
Or even worse, it'll say, things are better on the app. They'll frame it like that, and I'll be like, fuck you.
The persuasion. I did log into Instagram on my browser on my computer the other day to get I was looking for something. I had a lot of DMs from a lot of people. And I had a lot of DMs that were like, I'm so sorry for your loss about you.
Yeah, I know. But we should probably save that chat for the Patreon, because we're towards the end of the episode here.
My birth story was so scattered. I was like all over the place because
it's okay. I mean, you're remembering it as you go. I think that you covered pretty much the whole story that I got when you first got back.
The thing is, Emma made me a list today of like things that I should talk about in regards more to like the baby leave, and there's some really good, funny stuff. But I guess
we could save them for the Patreon.
We'll just save it for the Patreon. The Patreon's gonna be funny.
Well, $5 a month. Join us over there. Patreon. We're gonna keep chatting, and we're gonna keep hanging, and then also we're gonna record. We're gonna be back to doing the gaming stuff that we do on the Patreon now that Tucker's back in action.
Gaming stuff that we do. So we'll hope you see you over there. Thanks for listening, folks, to this episode. Take it easy. Tucker's back in town. He's a father. I'll be around. Call me
Love
daddy.
You to death. Call him daddy. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Peace.